Hi, and welcome back to More Than a Story, your D&D podcast about farts and flatulence. I'm Joe, your DM, joined by...
Sam, playing Guion.
Ben, playing Groford.
And Lewis playing Torsten, but I've never farted in my life, so...
Well, you'll fart today, because that's what this podcast's about. We know it's been a hot minute since we played, but welcome back to More Than a Story. I think we should probably jump in with a recap, because none of us can remember what we're doing or how to play this game.
What's his name?
I don't know, dude.
So we just leveled up.
Roblox.
I do love Pathfinder.
I fucking hell.
Get back to Dota.
I am not playing. If you make him play Pathfinder now, I'm going to be so screwed.
So let me just rewrite the whole campaign for a Pathfinder setting instead, shall I?
Seems fair.
Yeah. Right, last session you started by adopting a dog, figuring out some political intrigue moments, made your way to the Dockmaster's house to find out what had happened. Looked like a break-in, not a breakout of COVID-19. They'd stolen some documents and maybe altered some others to make it look like there was something potentially missing from the register, but it wasn't entirely clear with the checks made at the time. You were approached by a mysterious man named Ashlar, who questioned you about the events in the hydroponics lab, but didn't really press the issue too much. And then you decided you were going to climb the White Spire, the tallest mountain in the world, on top of Voltress. That's from sea level. You promised Guion you would. And you had a few days before you were setting off with the Order of the Fallen Wing. Lady Goldenwing was starting to arrange travel for you with them, told you should introduce. You have 2 days remaining before they depart from Voltress to travel further north towards Tiamund, where you've heard there may be the last bastion of the Order of the Sentinels, or at least what was once the training grounds of the Order of the Sentinels. You climbed the mountain, came across a big bird, like the one from Sesame Street, but a little less yellow. And you took shelter at the end of the last session in a tower on the side of the mountain, just above an abandoned village. Had the mosaic tile on the floor that spelled out the letter F, and there was a bunch of research notes, workbench. It was a fairly substantially built building, but apart from that, it was all mysterious and only used for camping from various climbers who've climbed the White Spike before. And that is where we'll jump in. You're currently sitting around the fire early in the morning of 2 days before you need to leave Voltress. What would you like to do?
So we didn't find out why there's an F on the floor.
You did not. You would seen that also a few of the notes had an F signature in them as well, but no full name.
Notes with an F. Okay, let's take bets. Who is this person beginning with F? Let's take bets. Who do we think it is? What's the name? Who do we think begins with F? What's his full name?
I personally think it's a bit like a Francis, I would say. Seems like a Francis kind of building.
That's fair. That's fair.
But guys, listen, I was sleeping on it, and listen, that bird was fucking massive, and
You're right.
I say we stop running like wimps, and we turn our asses back, go up there, and show that bird what we're made of. Not gonna lie, you know.
That
You've seen
sounds truly terrible.
Well,
it's a bold plan.
I agree with sort of like, facing fears. Do not think, sometimes it's more brave to, live to fight another day.
Well, I know I would live to fight another day. I'm strong. I mean, you've seen my strength. I lost the arm wrestle the other day on purpose. So, yeah.
And who was the arm wrestle against? It was
against one of those dragon fellas. The fallen dragons. Yeah.
Fallen wing.
No. The
Fallen
dragon slayers.
It was Ellis Sharp, the Goliath member of the Order of the Fallen Wing.
Order of the Fallen Wing. That was the one.
I mean, You're very welcome to 1v1 it, and I don't speak for you, Torsten, I guess, but we would wish you all the best and good luck on your endeavour.
Oh,
How about I just buy you a drink and you tell us how you would have defeated it?
I mean, that works too. That works too.
Yeah, that sounds like a better plan. Not just because he doesn't really deserve it, you know.
I mean, sure.
Fair.
Saves us all time as well. I just wanted to, make sure that we didn't remember this event or us being scared, because we all know that, we could take it.
Obviously.
I mean, you guys are saying that just
Of
I could
course.
take it, which is fine. Very, very, very kind of you. But yeah, we could win. We could win. But let's discuss how I would beat it in the
Yes.
tavern.
Describe the epic tale.
Yeah. So, how far out from the city are we?
It'd probably take you like most of the day to get back, probably like in the region of like 5 to 6 hours, dependent on how well the climbing sections of this go. There's some pretty difficult climbs between here and the foot of the mountain, but once you're on the lower slopes, it's a fairly easy journey back down the foothills to Voltress proper.
Okay, cool.
Does anyone know anything about birds? Big fuck off birds? Like when they might be sleeping, or when might be a good time to travel without being pecked alive?
That's a great question. Do we know anything about big fuck off birds?
Roll me a nature check, anybody who would like.
I would also join.
Okay.
Given that you've all seen the bird, you know what.
Isn't that like a dice thing? Do we use dice in this game?
Yo!
Good point. I've been having a dice on me.
You can't just do things? That's crazy.
I'm rolling my Roblox currency. I don't know about you guys.
Obsession with
Roblox currencies. Is that famous?
What is a Roblox currency?
I don't actually know. I'll Google it. I got 18.
Well, that's a natural 18. I don't have my character sheet up yet, but that's pretty good.
Plus some.
It's Roadbox, by the way.
Robux.
Oh, big
Yeah.
up the Roblox.
Of course it is. I feel you should be disappointed in yourself for knowing that.
I am disappointed in myself for knowing that.
Good.
Here's my new Christmas tie with the eyeball inside.
Oh, cool.
Always
Is it a
pointed.
real eyeball?
It could be.
Yeah.
I guess
You
we'll never know.
Does it want to?
What was that,
Definitely not
Torsten?
killer.
You got a natural 18 plus
Natural 18 plus -1.
-1. Okay, so 17. Anyone else roll?
I got an 18.
18.
I got a 7. That's why I'm asking.
You'd know probably. Actually, Guion with the highest roll there. You know a little bit about birds and their the hunting patterns, given your companion that you travel with, and you know that a bird's eyes correlate quite heavily with when it's going to be hunting and what time of day that it's active. And this had fairly dark eyes, so you'd think it would probably be somewhere in the region of a nighttime hunter. So potentially, given that you were climbing at sunset, this was its active time, and now that it's morning, it's probably not going to be out.
Well, guys, I personally think that we can make our way down, and if the bird comes over, well, we'll just slip him, bang, and then it's out. It's done. That's it.
Grab him by the neck.
Well, that seems fair.
I've heard the famous saying, the slip bang always works.
Slip,
A slip, bang.
Exactly. Every time.
Exactly.
Every time.
Doesn't matter the creature,
There's
god,
no one.
deity, or small being. Slip bang. That is what you use.
Vecna walks in. Slip.
If the slip bang doesn't work, and you've always got the left
I,
leg good night, that's also a good one.
I did come across a story in our archives of one of my ancestors that slip banged a lich or something.
Was he a
Definitely
bard, or was he a
works.
fighter? Because that really changes the context.
Yeah, Bard
It
slip
didn't
bangs
say,
are
and I didn't want to know. Voice in the sky.
Perfect. Knowing that you are, you're awake. You've had some of your rations. You are well rested. It is probably around 8, half 8 in the morning. Not really sure. Haven't looked outside yet.
And is there no more rooms in this tower?
There's the main room you're in, which is split into like 3 sections. So you're in like one big circular room that's divided into thirds. 1/3 is a workshop, 1/3 is like the living room and kitchen, and the last third is a bedroom.
On this last time, I think we did. I feel like we wouldn't have just walked in whenever I checked everything.
You had a brief look
Believe-
around, but it was also like it was the end of the session, so you didn't have tons of time to have a detailed search. If you would like to do some before you leave.
You say the F is like etched into the floor, or
Yeah.
like marked in the floor. Out of what was it again?
It's like tiles, mosaic, like
Oh,
floor
was
pattern.
it?
It's gold. If that
Oh no, we decided what the F means according to my notes.
Oh really?
was it
Yeah,
fuck
it
out of
means that the rock's name is Fernando.
Fernando. Fernando.
We're so
It really has
so
been a hot
funny. If
minute.
we did that, we're
We
so
are quite funny,
guys.
yeah.
Our comedic ability.
So, mystery solved, guys.
There you go.
Wrap up the
Fernando, and he's gonna be asleep.
Rock-
He would have got away with
Fernando.
two if it wasn't those minutes.
Fernando!
I'm writing that down.
I think we decided that this was the Rock's tower, and that potentially it
Yeah.
was his name.
Dwayne
Oh.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson is coming for this tower.
Dwayne the Rock Fernando.
Dwayne Fernando Rock Johnson.
Dwayne Fawok Swanson is on his way.
Dwayne Frock.
Classic.
Yes, a well-known D&D character.
So well known.
Mhm.
With all the books and research papers, is there any research paper that seems to be particularly like safe kept? Like checking drawers, is there any drawers that are empty besides one book and things like that? Is what I'm asking. Like anything that stands out.
You can roll me a general history check, or you can roll me an investigation check for like seeing if there's anything hidden away.
So far, I've rolled a 5 and a 4. People starting off really well.
Big. It's a good
They're
start.
very very low.
Whilst he's doing that, I'd like to just sort of listen out for. Well, sorry, I might have missed this a second ago, but is there any other rooms in this tower?
So it's split into 3, so it's a big circular tower. It's split into 3 sections: kitchen, living room, workshop, and bedroom.
Okay. Is there a foyer as well? Is
It's
it
just a
over several
staircase.
levels or?
No, it's all one. It's one floor.
Okay.
With the spiral staircase coming down into the living room / kitchen, and then
And the top's broken off.
opposite. No, the tower's fairly intact. It's pretty sturdy, built.
But
It's-
we haven't been up yet.
There is no up. There's only the way to the door. You entered essentially at the top of the tower, with like the
Right,
top of the
okay,
roof,
cool.
Went down a set of staircase into the only floor of the tower, which is split into
Yeah.
3 rooms that make up the living quarters of this
So
tower.
it's a chode tower.
It's
Yeah.
no, it's quite tall, but it's only become.
But
it's
most
only
of it is
tall for the
stairs.
purpose of to getting it to just out of the side of the mountain, so that it's away from the main body of the space. But there isn't anything below you. That's all foundations, and there isn't anything above you. That's all roof.
I wonder if there's a loft.
This
I feel
ceiling.
like there should be other
You,
rooms.
you know what's crazy? This roof ain't got a ceiling. this roof ain't got a ceiling.
Okay, it's just hollow going up. I see.
It's just the rafters of the roof.
Yeah.
above.
Okay. Okay.
Is it, that'd be so much fun to climb.
What's that, like a V2? You hear Gorb in the back of the head, like, fucking climb that roof. Get it? Climb the roof.
And looking up, is there nothing we can see, like up in the raft?
Just like there's a couple of lanterns hanging down from the top of the rafters and a skylight as well.
He's right. It feels like there's something here. Could be doing the
your-
typical bit where we focus
Your
on something that-
investigation check wasn't good enough to find anything, so you shuffle through a couple of the papers and you do find that there's a couple of linked themes. There's a lot of like mechanical and metal like interest in a lot of the paperwork, as well as the brief mention of something called crackle steel.
Crackle steel.
Mhm.
And I'll write it down. I think, judging from where we are, that this F is going to stand for flamingo.
Flamingo, because birds. I
It
get
does seem fair.
This is
Pretty
the
good
episode of
description.
Fs as well, because that was the
Oh,
beginning.
true.
Yeah.
True. That's
It's,
very
it
well
must be
planned.
important.
Important. So we surely can't move on with the plot points of this whole
No.
story until we talk about this tower.
God fucking forbid we move on with the story after 2 months.
Alright, guys.
That does sound ridiculous.
I'm
Doesn't sound very
pretty sold on this beer idea from Torsten. So maybe we make our way down and I get that beer. Also maybe on the way down we can walk and talk.
And I'll start walking out the door.
Maybe we can just have an idea of like what we're doing about this break-in. Then we're gonna go straight to the Corvid brothers, slip, bang, left, right, good night, the whole squadron, or like
Over and over.
feathered. Well, I mean, then we're at risk of like feathered guard situations, but also like that's when I first met them, they were in the boiler room in like the undersea, and well, the feathered guard don't patrol there as much, so I think we might be okay if we wanted to rough and tumble, since I think they're doing pretty bad stuff. I don't know how you feel about this, Torsten, being a man of law, but I've also come round to be you've been quite nice to me the last 24 hours, so I feel like, besides the bullying on the way out there, but you've been quite nice to me, so I feel like I'll be willing to take some of your opinions on board.
Well, that's very mature of you, Guion, I guess. But what I'm thinking mostly is, remind me, are we deputized in this matter?
I believe I've been told that people they don't like the Corvid brothers, the city in general. So we have been tasked with sort of maybe letting them know, but not in the most official manner. But if we were to get picked up by some feathered guard, then I don't believe they would punish us.
Okay. So, look, sometimes you've got to take some initiative, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm not... If we just take it upon ourselves to interfere, we have no guarantee that they're even the people we're meant to be after. The feathered guard may have more information than we know and need. My thoughts are that we could help them with this investigation, possibly find out the information. If we need to defend ourselves, so be it.
Awesome.
Breaking and entering is rough, though. I'm struggling with that one. I would need some evidence of there being some form of crime.
But B&Es are fun. That's why they're like D&D. They sound very similar, right? That's the
D&B.
D&B.
Dungeons, breaking and entering, dragons.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's the order it goes in.
The way you'd heard all the information as it was, that you were pretty certain from the information you find out the Dockmaster's house that it was the Corvid brothers who were responsible for breaking in and potentially tampering with the evidence that was the records from the shipping manifests from the warehouse where you found that the flesh abomination, the flesh amalgam, had come from, and the delivery that is in the name of your family, or your wife's family. So that's where the correlation of that's the biggest bit of suspicion you have on them. You know potentially that you've been asked to deal with this in a non-official capacity because there isn't enough evidence to pin them to something as of yet. So potentially finding evidence we can't really tell you to go and do that because we don't have the evidence to go and tell you to do that. Could you go and do that so that we have the evidence to have sent you to do that?
Okay.
How about all that, Torsten? So it seems very relevant to your case, and we don't necessarily need to go in smashing heads together. We could knock very politely.
Go in all sneaky peeky like.
That's true. Well,
we can go sneaky. We can also just knock and dance.
we could go non-sneaky as well.
Yes, yes. And we could say that we actually we can't really bring names into anything, can we?
No. What could we do that wouldn't make me feel
We do
like
just
we're
we do
basically
walking
against
down the
the
hill,
wall?
by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
you're making
maybe
your
we
way
just
down.
Yeah. We're discussing plans.
maybe we
you
just go
make-
to the pub first, you know.
You make an athletics check for me for the first section of climbing.
Oh, 4, 5, and 6. I'm getting higher.
Let's go.
That's not bad. That is 16.
I'm on 12.
I'm on
Okay.
7.
Fortunately, it's a nice
Seven.
crisp morning. There isn't any overcast clouds or anything impeding your climbing in any way. The wind is nice, even and level. However, you can see what appears to be a bit of a storm front moving in the distance. It seems to be sort of like shifting around Voltress. It's a bit odd. Yeah, you make your way down through the first section and arrive in the abandoned village on the slopes of the White Spire. As you may remember, they are a section of like dilapidated buildings made of fresh cut stoneware. They seem to be long since abandoned. You didn't find any remnants of battle or just that people may have abandoned it fairly quickly.
I remember thinking about Machu Picchu when you mentioned this.
Yeah, it is a bit Machu Picchu. I wrote this section after doing the Via Ferrata, which is a climb route with like metal pinions into the side of a cliff, and you
Right.
arrive in an old mining village that's like dilapidated. It's all made out of slate. It's beautiful, but yeah, you were going through last time in the fog, and now it's a nice clear morning. So you might be able to find more if you wanted to, but if you wanted to press on, then you are welcome to do so.
Is it just do all the houses look the same? Is there a town hall? Is there anything?
They're all fairly uniform, and they're quite run down. Roll a history check.
Also,
Or an
is there any alcohol?
No, there is no alcohol. I can tell you that without it before you roll.
I rolled a 19.
19?
Nice.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be any like town hall or any buildings larger than others. This does, as you like wander through the main passageway through these buildings, you see that there's like minecart tracks by the edge of the road. It looks like it was an old mining village. And you see just a short ways back out of the village towards the slope you just came down is a tunnel entrance that leads further into the mountain.
Okay, guys.
What do you think that's the? Do you think that's the?
Hole.
Do you think that's the Corvid brothers' hideout?
You never know.
I have a
That's
sneaking
true, you never
suspicion
know.
as we walk over to that tunnel, the whole mountain may just cave in suddenly. But on the way down, by the way, I'm just gonna Rion's gonna walk down and he's gonna stop for like a few seconds. There's gonna be a flash of light blue in his eyes, and another arrow is gonna appear in his quiver. That looks like it has what might resemble like a fireworks strapped to the arrow.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's it.
Sweet.
Just so he has that loaded.
You can't just do that. What the hell is that?
Well, I'm walking at the back. I'm walking at the back.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you-
What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on?
It's a magician's brick.
The thing that the audience don't currently know is that Joe has been preparing for about 3 months straight. So whatever this tunnel is, it's probably routed. It has every single exit and entrance to it, that all the way down to the Underdark and to the core of the planet, mapped out and ready to go.
Okay, you're on a floating island. There is no chance you can make it in the dark.
You are limiting my creativity.
Joe, I could easily use the same argument to say there probably will be a path to the end. We're in a
It's
floating
the Overdark. Okay.
Yeah, it's under Overdark.
Surely there's a way of getting to the Underdark.
But yes, I have been cooking this campaign for 3 months now. This is going to be the 5-course
It's-
dinner of D&D.
It is well cooked.
Yeah.
It went from mid-rare to well done a while ago.
Yeah,
yeah. Should we carry on down the hill or carry on in the hill?
I'm personally a fan of beer.
Over hill or under hill?
This sounds quite literally like the worst idea I've heard of, to go investigate a random cave that has no reason to be investigated when we already have something to do. That being said, it does look cool.
We could just like go in like 10 meters or so, like, to have a little look.
Right, I'm just. If you want to see just quickly inside, by all means, but I can't.
You guys can wait at the mouth. I'll just go a little bit in.
Girlfriend, I would actually, maybe me and you can chat.
How are you guys?
Good.
Recording.
Chilling.
She's running away.
Because he said the word recording.
It's okay.
Oh, right.
She said, "How are you guys?" I said, "Recording."
We should put that as the title. How are you guys?
How are you guys?
And then just play that as Latch's voice at the beginning.
Long time no see might be the title of this episode.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I retcon that. Torsten's going to be grumpy about this. Look, we don't have time to go investigating caves. We have actual serious business to be about.
I would be. I'm down also because I'm a fan of the beer. In that serious business, but maybe we could just look and then we'll go. We won't go in it. We'll just look. Me and girlfriend
Why?
will go a little bit closer. I just want to know.
Torsten, Guillaume, can you count to 10?
Yo.
Okay, start now. And I
on a
start
good day.
sprinting down the cave.
Oh.
For 5 seconds, and I turn around and sprint back.
Welcome to the Tomb of Monsters. The cave.
Tomb of Annihilation has
Yeah.
started.
Yes.
The boss music starts as you get closer and closer.
Yeah, with an 18 you get a really decent view of what this cave was like used for. It's clearly a mine shaft. The like long rusted rails that lead deeper into the cave is like pulled up in certain sections. The cave seems to have shifted over the years, and some of the beams are a little askew. The thing that strikes you the most with that perception check is that there's a weird sort of static in the air. Like there's almost like an ozone-y, like copper penny taste to the back of your mouth as you walk in, and you can almost, is that an electric hum you can hear? But then you've reached the like you struck. Oh, that's a good question.
Just gonna like, I probably shouldn't have said that because it's gonna immobilize me.
Roll an insight check to see what's happening to your internal coggage.
We're gonna get the biggest static shock when we touch you when you come back.
Insight is 4.
If you had hair, your hair would be standing on end.
Nice.
But apart from like your internal mechanisms don't appear to be affected, but there is almost like a magnetic pull in here as well.
Okay, I will turn around after 5 seconds and sprint back.
6, 7, 8. Hello.
Oh,
He got lost at 5. He had to count 5 a couple of times.
It was actually longer than 10. I really thought I was actually going to make 10 seconds.
I don't know why I hang out with you guys. This is an insult to my
Okay.
March down the
Can you
hill.
describe this to us?
Do you ask me?
No.
No.
Okay.
I will. So,
No,
I know what you want to know. I wanted to go to the pub. Fuck
As
you.
as
Can we
walk
go?
down, I'll probably go.
You're walking.
It's a bit fizzy in there.
maybe not the best
Busy?
idea then.
A bit fizzy.
Look, if we're intrigued, we can always ask at the library.
The
They're
library.
bound to know. The thing is, this isn't exactly a big island. I'm sure that a library of that skill knows most of the things that exist on here.
That's true.
Do you not know anything from your association, Grandford?
Well, I could actually. So Joe.
Mhm.
I read about crack steel in the books. Or
Yeah,
crackle
crackle
steel.
Woo!
That's a different substance. And Sam, you don't do it. From
It's a Class A metal.
Oh, you read about
Book crack.
stealing crack, did you?
Yeah. It was called. I think it was called what? Smashing terribly. or like breaking terribly, something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So would I know anything about crackle steel and my experience in the cave?
It was a throwaway like note in the collection that you read through. You haven't heard of any detailed description of something called crackle steel before, but I mean correlatorily, probably. Yeah, it seems circumstantial evidence at best, but potentially that is
Or
a bit crackly.
coruscately.
You are a corrugated bit of fucking cardboard. That's it.
Yes.
Roll an athletics check for the next bit of climb for me.
Sure. As we climb down this, I'll say to the others, you know what isn't illegal, but is kind of stupid?
What a great way to start a sentence.
Leon's really engaged.
Continue.
Gambling.
That's legal.
That's legal, yes.
Two consenting adults.
It's very illegal.
We've been
It's very
over
legal.
this.
I am aware that you're not very good at it, Guion, but it is a way in to the COVID brothers. COVID brothers. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing that for some reason. That does not require us to break and enter or break any laws. If we, by any chance, happen to find ourselves in a dire situation and need to, if we happen to see anything inside, we can report it to the police. There's nothing illegal in us going.
And in fact, a couple of charming boys like us, we might be able to get some information out of people via conversation and social interaction.
Exactly.
So, potential.
That would be my most conscience, clear version of this.
This is sounding like a wonderful day.
It's not very conscience clear because I'm aware I'm taking Guion into a gambling den.
Oh, I'm amazing at gambling. I'm amazing. Alright, the best of the
If
best.
it settles you, he'd be there anyway. He doesn't need much help.
That is true. He would be there anyway.
Listen, here's the plan, yeah? We'll go down, right, to the boiling pot. We'll get a tankard of ale that you said you're going to buy me, and then I'll sit down with some of my old COVID pals, and we'll have a few rounds, and I'll offer money, and they can offer information, yeah? And I'll win. Don't worry.
Can I suggest that you don't offer your bow and or quiver this time?
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good idea.
How much money do you have, Guion?
Let me check my wallet.
I hope that's not in your notes.
So much money, I'm sure.
He's absolutely loaded.
Yeah, Guion's a multi.
No, Guion spent all his money on the puppy.
On a dog.
Oh, no.
Why did we leave that puppy?
You left
think
it
I've
with
got it.
Freya
I don't-
Must top in the.
Oh, yeah.
Very much top.
Yeah, Guion
Good
spent all
old
his money.
Freya.
So I might have to borrow a few funds, but don't worry, I'll double it. Don't worry.
Just don't.
Okay,
don't
well.
bet- he said don't bet your bow and quiver. Don't bet anything besides money that you might.
Yeah, please don't bet anything on the side.
That includes me and Torsten.
Guion,
I wouldn't.
can I ask you
would.
something quite serious? Yeah.
I'm being very serious. Yeah, I don't joke.
Do you have some form of problem with gambling?
What? Do I look like I have a problem? You're not accusing
I'm
me,
just
are you?
asking, because if we're going into this, I need to know.
I can stop anytime. Anytime.
Okay, right. Maybe me and Groford will go gambling, and you can be our sniper support.
But I have insider tips.
That's true. You will get us through the door.
I
Good
pull out
God,
I
this is-
pull out a copper coin and say, "Okay, Guion, this is a test. I'm gonna flip this coin,
Matron one.
heads or tails. If you win, I'll give you the silver. But if you lose, you have to give me a silver."
I'm in. Let's go. I'm in.
No, I said at the beginning it was a test, Guion.
Yeah.
So I was hoping you'd say, actually, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but I could win a silver.
How about no? Here's
I'll
another
argue that
test,
logic, to be
Guillaume.
honest.
If
Got you there.
Guillaume, if I flip this coin, and you call the correct heads or tails, you get a silver. But if you lose, you give me a gold. But if you win 4 silver, the 5th one will be gold.
Yeah, right. Let's do it.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Well, go on, then, flip the coin. I'm waiting. Heads. Come on. Heads is my lucky one. Heads is the one.
Fine, I'm flipping a coin.
You can odds and even a dice, or you can.
Yeah. What is heads, odd or even, Joe?
What?
Heads, odd or even?
Even.
Guillaume gets a silver.
Let's go.
Oh,
One silver. I told you guys. I told you my mates to gambling. I'm
It's happening.
best. Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
You know what? Too rich for my blood. Let's save it for where we can really win some proper money in the boiler spot.
Luck is on my side, guys. Luck is on my
He's
side.
in the luck mode, so.
You guys traverse that section of mountain with no problem, even while flipping a coin, and make your way on the foothills of the White Spire. It's a straight shot down towards the city of Voltress now. You haven't come across birds or harpies or anything else on your travels, and it seems to have gone fairly easily as you come towards Voltress.
No.
So I'm gonna fuck with you. No, I'm joking. We're all good. Yeah, you
Land sharks.
No.
The land sharks of the sky.
Hang up.
Yeah, you
Wait.
you continue down towards Voltress. You can continue talking, or we can arrive in Voltress. Up to you guys.
I think I'll arrive in
Down to arrive
Voltress.
Voltress,
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, you continue down through Voltress. It all seems to be fairly quiet, regular day here in Voltress. As you move down through the city, you can see that there are a few more members of the Fallen Wing around than you'd seen in past days. All seem to be stopping by shops and gathering supplies as you move through the city. Apart from that, nothing stands out to you as unusual or odd, unless you're doing any more thorough investigation than your passive perceptions as you walk on through.
No.
Cool. You heading for the mossy mess, or are you trying to find your way into the boiler room?
All right,
What time
lads.
of day is it?
It is currently around. What time did you leave? 8. Little detour, so probably around. I'd probably say 1 to 2 in the afternoon, maybe.
It's probably a little early to get the bosses around, isn't it?
Maybe, but it also that might be good. Maybe we could get some information without them there.
We get out a bit of money in the meantime.
I suppose we could try.
Maybe a little bit of jiggery pokery.
Do any of you, apart from Guion, Griffin, do you know how to gamble?
No, I've only ever watched. I've watched a bit of Guion gambling, so I.
What am I? I'm pretty good with cards.
Very nice, very nice. Oh, wait, I'm also pretty good with cards. I've now just
Yeah,
realised.
I'm reading reading my
Gambling-
background.
Wait, gambling includes cards.
Well,
Well, I'm
apparently,
also very good with cards.
apparently, as a knight of the order, that means I'm good at cards.
There we go.
Fair.
News to me.
Well, to be honest, I am quite good with cards, and also, Joe, do we know how gambling works? I mean, in dice rolling, how does gambling work?
There will be
Yeah.
potentially a few games there. Some that will be dice based, some that will be luck based. Potentially some things like roulette, and potentially some things like cards that will be handled in a dice capacity.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, with
Yeah.
us rolling.
There will be Yeah.
Is it charisma or
You're
dex? or
not
that?
sure. Potentially some of it will be like bluffing as far as like dice rolls go. Some of it will be based off dice you roll and numbers you choose against dice I roll. And other
Cool.
things may be just very similar to card games that exist, like 21.
Joe has designed a full mini game set for
Yeah.
this.
Well, I didn't design. I stole them from the internet.
Well,
Well, that's what D&D's about.
that's what DD's about. Yeah.
Steal
I
like an elf.
can-
Full-on thieving.
I can maybe influence the game a little bit,
Oh.
if needs be.
So can I got luck on my side.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
That's interesting. Would that
So,
go against morals?
You're fine with illegal gambling, but not cheating in illegal gambling.
Hey, it's not illegal, voice in the sky. It's gambling.
I mean, gambling is illegal on Voltress.
Oh,
Yes. Which was why you were pulled up shortly for the gambling with the Corvid brothers in when you
shit.
went to visit the guards last time. Is that they
you know what isn't illegal? You know what isn't illegal?
Yeah,
Going for a drink.
that isn't illegal. Though it is a bit early.
Do you know anywhere? Do you know anywhere good? Like, I've heard this boiler room place is quite good for a drink.
Can I just say, if we learn that for whatever reason, walk up next to Torsten, hand on the shoulder, and go, "You okay, buddy? You technically broke the law like 2 hours ago."
Wait, how? What?
Flipped a coin.
Oh no! Oh,
You okay?
God damn it!
You want to talk
Look,
about it?
I'm not-
here for you. I'm
look.
here for you.
Look, I'm.
Better go rest yourself. Offer yourself up.
Put him in irons.
No, but
Put him in irons.
the reason I'm so hesitant here, apart from the moral implications of supporting a gambling den, if we go in there with questionable motives, if we commit crimes in the pursuit of justice, we can easily discard justice entirely in a fair court system. With reasonable doubt, this could be it. They could walk from this, and we would have basically given them free reign over the city for more longer. If we don't do this right, it could go worse. That's my point. And so I'm hesitant to do anything like breaking and entering or gambling that would jeopardize this, which is a shame because I thought gambling was a really nice little loophole, but apparently not. That being said, drinking is a good loophole.
Well, how about you go for a drink, and then me and Guion will just like nip to check.
We'll play cards.
No,
just play cards. Just play cards.
Just play some cards, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, playing cards for no stakes is not gambling.
We'll play some Snap in
Yeah.
the back room. And you could like talk to the bartender, maybe just see and listen and maybe see what goes on.
Could any of you do any sleight of hand?
I'm the best at sleight of hand. Want to see
I'm
this?
Pretty shit.
I'm gonna take a coin and try and make it disappear in my hands.
Please,
Yeah, roll
please,
a sleight of hand check.
please.
Let's have a look.
My perception checks are ready to go.
13.
It's not bad. That's higher than any of your passive perceptions.
Fair.
But you can make a perception check if you'd like. So it's,
I-
it's not by any means a
Hey,
bad
that-
trick.
That was pretty good.
What can I tell you? Professional poker player.
Okay,
You're
okay,
like-
okay.
You're like clink into the inside of his mask where he's like. Pulls out the bottom
Ding,
of
ding,
his
ding,
shirt.
ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
All right, cool. So, anyone fancy a drink then?
I'd love a drink.
All right then.
I'll lead the way to the boiling
Yeah,
pot.
please.
This way.
Roll a history check. With
Okay.
disadvantage.
The boiler room.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, you were very drunk when you were last in the boiler room.
Isn't it the boiler room or the boiling pot?
The boiling pot is the tavern itself. The boiler room is the undercity of Voltress.
Okay. Well, it's just me
Heading
looking.
to the boiling pot
Yes.
to not gamble.
You should take notes.
You're
What was
just
it?
doing it.
Yep, these are my notes.
Mhm.
If it's just me looking and leading,
Yeah.
I have got a 4.
It takes you quite some time to remember. You stand there and you rub your fingers against the side of your temples. Like, how did I get there?
It's this way. No, wait, no, it's that way. Or it could be this way.
When
seem
you're
to
walking,
remember-
I put my hand on your shoulder, massage your shoulder, which is quite hard since you're metal-clad armor.
Oh, yeah.
It probably doesn't feel like anything. But come on, buddy, come on.
Clank, clank, clank.
Yeah.
Do you set yourself
this
to,
way.
vibrate?
Groford, didn't you pick him up from there?
Did I?
Wait.
When I first met you, in fact, we were over on the east side of the city when we first met.
You were over.
You were coming from the boiling pot.
right hand side of the city.
Did we come to the boiling pot, or had I
you were
just met
coming
you
from the.
Oh no, I had.
um,
Yes.
Yeah, you were coming from the boiling pot. It was more entertaining to go on. Struggle to remember. You entered through one of the abandoned subway tunnels of Voltress. This was an old. They'd reckoned that they could make an under, like a subterranean transport system for shuttling backwards and forwards across Voltress, but Voltress is too small to really need it, and it wasn't good enough to transport goods, which is what its main purpose would have been. It was a bit dirty, and it became sort of infested with criminals. It was an easy place to stay away from the Feathered Guard, who usually patrol by Winged Mount. So they abandoned the subway tunnels a long time ago, and now they've become the easiest way to get into the boiler room.
So it's this way.
The room or the boiling pot?
The boiling pot is the name of the town.
The boiler room.
The boiling pot is in the boiler room. The boiler room is a sub-city of Voltress that exists just outside of the old subway tunnels, and mixes in with the rest of the engine that powers Voltress.
Lovely.
It's a little convoluted. Apologies.
Can I help navigate there? Can I holding Guion's shoulders? Can I just direct him?
Yes. You it's fairly
Control.
easy for you to remember your route back, so I will roll for that. And you make your way to the right hand side of the island, passing just before you reach the the hydroponics labs where you fought the flash amalgam. You're in a more residential area before that starts, and you see classic New York City subway style outbuilding, steel railings around the outside edge of it, with a very locked looking gate over the front of it, and no visible way of getting in. It's got a big heavy padlock on the front of it. It looks abandoned and has a sign that says "Do not," and then the enter is missing.
Just do not.
Do not. Someone's
Who is
scribbled
not,
an exclamation point.
and why do they want us to do them?
This is always the question I've been wondering.
This way.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we start.
Yeah. You make your way over to it. It's literally sat in the middle of the street. It's a fairly quiet street that you're on. It's not quite a back alley, but definitely not the main thoroughfare. There are a few people dotted around, but this thing looks pretty shut down. Locked.
Oh. That was a spanner in our works.
Just so that I understand you, this is the gate to the subway tunnels.
Yes, the gate to the subway tunnels. You know,
And I have no recollection of how I once got in there the first time.
Not really. Groford, you remember you could pull the gates apart last time, but this one seems a little more tightly locked than the last one.
Chunky.
Yeah.
Okay, stage 1. Gate. Barrier 1. What we could...
Is anyone around?
There's a couple of people milling about. You can see there's a man a little ways up the street with his cart. It seems to have thrown its wheel, or he seems to be doing some fixing on it. And there's looks like potentially a homeless man right up against the street opposite you.
I will go and talk to him, the homeless guy.
I'll also walk with.
Whilst they're doing that,
Yep.
can I walk up real close to the lock and just try and bash it off quickly and subtly?
Yeah.
Athletics or something, just to try and
Yeah.
or like rip it off.
Anyone else
You
when
can
you
snap
said
it.
a really cool thing like before you had some really clever plan or like
Yeah, me too.
Natural 20 for 25.
oh my god.
No! You did not
roll
just
me-
do that!
Roll me a d6.
Uh,
4.
You're like, do you hit it with like the back end of a dagger or something? I'm guessing. Like,
Well, I was just trying to break the locking mechanism so that I can then undo the chain. Just trying to, if it's like, I think I'm picturing a padlock here.
yeah,
I'm
that's
trying
what
to
it looks like. It's just a
break
thick
the
iron padlock.
mechanism. I figured with a metal glove,
Yeah,
so I got a gauntlet on. I could just
yeah, that's fair. You whack it and it like creaks and it makes like a shifting clanky noise, but it doesn't spring open.
It doesn't come apart.
No, it doesn't come apart. Unfortunately, it seems damaged. Like potentially, it might be like whoever has the key will be really fucking annoyed when they come to try and unlock it. But you roll a perception check for me.
10.
10. There was something a little off about the sound that came out of that, but you're not quite sure why. Like the ting that rung off your gauntlet, it didn't quite seem correct.
Wasn't
Go
tings
on.
like usual tings.
Oh, it's
Usual
locked,
ting.
guys. Just double checking.
I'm guessing it was a bit like the ting was still very loud.
Could I help
Yeah.
to?
Oh,
I'll sit down next to him. And be like,
He like really smells like he smells like alcohol. It like washes over you. It's mostly sherry with a mix of potentially Guinness and cigarette ash. It's
This is
it's
my
not
brother.
pleasant to sit next to you.
do I have a
Um,
nose?
I will.
You have an olfactory.
I'll
sense.
reach him.
Whether that's a nose is a different matter.
I'll reach him for a ration pack. I'd like a day's rations. Pull them out. Be like, here. That should keep you going for a bit.
You're trying to get into the sub-layer, are you?
Well, I mean, yes. That's the direction.
It will cost you a cold piece.
A gold piece.
Mm-hmm.
Look, look. I'm sure you've done more. Look, I've given you a ration pack already, and I'm sure we could find some. Tell you what, we're going down. We'll get some booze if we bring you some back up.
I don't take in trade, you see. I like to get my money up front. You bring me alcohol and I'll let you in. But I'm not letting you in case you bring back alcohol.
I'm gonna try and read between the lines and try and stick a gold piece where the key would go.
Your coin like hits up against something. There's a little like, but it's not quite the lock. It slides through the lock and then something adjusts and it hits against the lock again. Like it's lagging.
Do I
you
feel
try and
magical?
be,
Do I feel like it's a magical thing?
Roll an arcana check for me. You see, it's not as easy as you think.
Look. I can do you 5 silver.
Why would I take that? You clearly need in.
Well, because otherwise I'm just going to break the door down and then you won't be able to charge anybody else to get in.
Roll a persuasion check.
That's quite convincing.
That's pretty good.
That's a 23.
Fair.
Pretty good.
Interesting point. 7.
6.
Done.
Okay, 6
He
silver.
like reaches out with a like most of a hand.
Uh,
Like there's only 3 fingers left on it. He looks like he's missing like the bottom 2. But he reaches out to shake your hand.
I will shake it.
As you shake it, the deal is struck and you pass over, and the gates, the illusionary gates over the front of what appear to be a thick sheet of steel disappear. It would have taken you quite some effort to get through that, but I'll take the key. He like hobbles up out of his blanket and walks on a stick over to the now visible iron barrier that blocks out anyone from getting into the thing. And he reaches down to the bottom corner, he sticks in a thick iron key, and he twists it twice, and then the barrier slides down into the ground with a solid thunk. Have fun. Beware.
What's your name, friend?
Alexi.
Alexi.
If we need you at any point, can we just say Alexa?
No, that's my sister.
You're good. I like you. You're very good.
I like you too, Metal Man. You know what fate is. And he hobbles back to his little corner.
Ooh.
Okay. Thank you. We'll be back soon. Don't wait up. And I'll head in.
Yeah,
We are
you
Go on.
make your way down the stairs, and you arrive in a like green tiled subway station with one wall missing, leading into what appears to be a roughly carved tunnel that leads off into darkness.
Well,
Anyone got a bit of light?
I guess I can. I will cast light on my eyeballs.
Headlight, just that's brilliant.
Full beam, please. Full beam.
Immediately blinded.
Got the fog lights on.
Yeah.
That's
you-
good.
Little windscreen wipers.
Every time I give eye contact, it just hurts.
It's
Throw his
warm down here. It's hot.
Warm?
As you look around, you can see like the almost like steamy vapor like rising off the floor as you move through, and you step towards the tunnel, and it reveals like I said, a rough-hewn tunnel that leads like forwards and down.
Like a boiling.
Is this the way you went before?
Yes.
Well, then off we go, I guess.
It's always hot down here, I believe. Have you experienced any different?
Yep, I remember this route perfectly. Seems to be the right way. Let's continue.
Right, see, Guion, I know you've walked down here, and I know you know, like I know you've done this probably more times than I have. You just say it in a way that just makes me think you're lying.
I don't know why you'd think that. That's just a bit rude, really.
I don't mean to be offensive.
You are a robot. You are a robot. So, it's difficult to, get the human emotion. I get it. It's an interspecies difficulty here, but
I feel
it's
like
okay.
I should be offended now.
I forgive you,
Is
Growfed.
that a
I
racism?
forgive
I
you.
feel like that
Don't
was a
worry.
racism. Yeah, you continue down further into the boiler room, and it continues to get a little hotter. Like for those of you who can sweat, it's sweaty. It's warm in here, and the atmosphere is not helping. It clings in the back of your throat, and it almost like stings your eyes as you walk forwards. It's helpful that you've got the extra light, because the mist and the swirling vapor that's like in the differential between the cold outside and the warm inside, that like misty layer that's sat on the outside edge of the tunnel is very difficult to penetrate through. But when you get through, you enter into an open space. It's big. There are lights and noise and sound and this constant background hum of like a mechanical engine way larger than any of the buildings you can now see in front of you. You can see pipes and ducts and all sorts of various mechanical parts. The biggest thing you can see in this room that is part of the main mechanical engine of Voltress is this big cog that is like ticking past at a like exponentially slow rate. It's so slow that people have built houses in it. Like it is moving very slowly round through a couple of layers of the subcity, and people have built on the flat sections of this of the like the crankshaft and various parts that are holding this big cog in the center of this subterranean city of Voltress.
These houses, they must be wedged, no? Because they'll eventually end up upside down.
They are actually on tracks. So as the cog rotates
cool.
around, they stay in the inner edge
That's
of the
cool.
track. So the building
nice.
stays still and the cog moves.
That's really cool.
That's very cool.
But
Okay.
yes, you push onto the city. It is like a Black Mirror version of the city above. Voltress, you have come to know as clean, pristine, green, and beautiful in its own way. It's architecturally brilliant. This is messy, dirty, hot, loud, and unorganized. Some of these buildings have been cobbled together out of whatever's fallen off the machinery, as well as the stone that was used to excavate around these big bits of machinery.
Your description of where we are right now sounds like my relationship. Hot,
A hot mess.
loud,
A hot
dirty, unorganized. Sorry, Kira.
This,
I'm gonna listen to this.
is this Growford or Ben talking?
The joke is there.
It's doozy. A hot mess. That's brilliant. Anyway,
Unorganized.
yeah.
It sounds. I've been here a couple of times. It's quite cool, actually.
It
Have
is
you
really,
been in
really
the
good.
cog house?
I would love to have a cockhouse, not lie. But I'm also very pro jumping off the island. The next stop, so
Oh,
like
right.
to travel. But otherwise, if I was going to settle in my future, maybe 10 years' time, where do I see myself in 10 years? One of them houses.
One of the
Enjoy.
rotating houses, yeah. They do look quite nice. They're a little distance away through the mist and the smoke, but you can see that they're like, as far as the housing structure down here is very random and very varied. There are like fairly well-established buildings next to little hovels. Those houses that are built into the cogs are fairly well managed and maintained.
Nice. So, Gwen, which way was it to the boiling pot?
Can I make another history check?
Yeah,
I know
you
we're in
can.
inflation. Okay.
It won't be at a disadvantage this time.
Okay.
It's coming back to you. The heat is helping.
That way. 19.
It is that way. Continue through the streets of Voltress. Like I said, it's this weird sort of dystopian Black Mirror version of Voltress above. There are, where you would usually see vegetables being sold by the side of the street, there are people selling like knives and weapons. Where there are people selling food, there is people selling food with a very low hygiene rating. Like it is it is the weirdest copy and paste you've ever seen. But
Stuff
you make
scraped off the ground.
you make your way through the city till you reach what appears to be a large turbine built into the floor. It's turning very slowly, but where it's like been turning for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, there is like this like slight glow of heat to the edge of the blades. And on the far side of this extraction fan, you can see what appears to be a large establishment with a rusty hanging sign on the edge of it that says the Boiling Pot.
Here we
That's the
are.
one. Let's go play some cards.
I'm very
I have to say,
deliberate.
I didn't quite expect it to be that dramatic of a journey. I kind of was expecting an old warehouse, but this is pretty cool.
Glad you think so. See, it's not. It can be fun sometimes to not be like in the complete straight and narrow places.
I think you might have the wrong idea of me, but I let loose sometimes. I've had more than one glass of ale.
I think you'll fit in perfectly here, Torsten. Just like the army days. Let's go to the boiling pot.
You make your way around the outside edge of the turbine here in the center, and across a big pipe that's like blocking the main street, and people have built a little suspension bridge over this pipe that's too busy.
Cool.
It's too difficult to go under really, so they've gone over, and over to the other side. You can see that there's, despite it being fairly early, there isn't much of a concept of time down here, despite the constant ticking and whirring. It's dark most of the time, and things are lit by oil lamps, so it could be nighttime. There is a sort of busy atmosphere around the boiling pot, and you can see that it's lively. despite being a little rough as well, there is a lot of energy in this space.
As we walk towards the boiling pot,
Oh, Evie, would you mind just checking?
and Evie's going to fly up quite high above him. Good's going to trip a few times by accident. But then Evie's going to have a look around and see if she can spot Tusk, the man to be curb stomped.
Evie drifts out, finds it a little difficult in the different.
Still hovering near me. I still
like,
want to see my vicinity, but yeah.
Absolutely, with the thicker air and the heat, it's a little tricky. But she glides about, casting eyes over the crowds. You can see a few people who look a little rougher than the already rough people down here that you could potentially think were, gang members or people who are part of the yeah. You want to make an investigation check for the?
I was gonna black crow feathers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perception or investigation?
Up to you.
Oh, brilliant. Then that's 20, not natural.
You see there are a couple of people milling around through various streets and people passing by who have that either on their neck or on their arm. Some people will have it other places that you can't see, but there will be a black tattooed crow feather on their neck. Yeah.
Okay.
You do not see Tusk himself.
Okay, and there's not a high density towards the boiling pot or anything.
Potentially. There's a few more, but it doesn't seem. There's a couple of people on the door who have very visible black crow feather tattoos. Yeah, but they don't appear to have noticed or look particularly angry in your direction as of yet.
Just so you know, lads, couple more COVID brothers down this way. Evie's just checked. Yeah, we're just coming right down. But couple of keep your eyes peeled.
There's probably 5 that you can see in eye line, including the 2 outside of the door.
I'm gonna just put my bow on my back and get my shield out. By the way, just walking with my shield at my side, but it's out in case anything was to stop.
Sweet. Are you making your way into the boiling pot? Something.
I'm going straight in.
Checking on the outside.
No, I'm down to walk straight in.
Cool. Sweet. You make your way towards the front door of the boiling pot. The 2 guards either side of the door give you a quick look over. Well, go on in.
I shine my lights on them as they speak to me.
Buzz.
Turn those lights out. Fuck.
Turn that light out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and you make your way into the boiling pot. It is muggy. There's smoke drifting through the air. People are sat there chain smoking up. There's ashtrays piled with cigarettes. It is muggy and misty, even more so than outside. Not helping to the already rough atmosphere for people who don't breathe a lot of this sort of smoke. The interior of this building looks like it's a pub. It's a dive bar sort of establishment. There's a rough-hewn wooden counter that runs on one side of the room, and a series of dotted around tables with people sat, drinking, talking, smoking, but no one playing cards or gambling as far as you can see.
2 things.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Undercity. It's so cool. Totally my vibe.
Yeah.
Sam's vibe and Gwyn's vibe. Secondly, the guards that are on the outside.
Yeah.
Because there's no actual feathered guard that are actually watching this area. Did I notice any Corvid Brothers signs on them? Are they actually the runners of the Undercity?
The two guards outside.
Guards outside the boiling pot, yeah. They seem to be some sort of enforcement, didn't they?
Yeah, I think as far as you know it, potentially there are a few different factions that work in the Undercity, and the Corvid brothers are one of them.
Okay.
So potentially, yes, they would be the people to break up a fight, or potentially the people to be instigating a fight if something was to happen.
They probably belong to a faction, though. I'd imagine, but the Corvid brothers don't necessarily run the whole thing.
They don't run the whole thing, but they would have a strong voice here.
Okay.
Anyway, the inside of the boiling pot is a busy, active environment. You can hear there's music tapping from a mechanical jukebox in the corner. They were holding their breath while I did the reintroduction.
Sorry, did you say botanical jukebox?
Yes, it's a mechanical jukebox, like a wax cylinder.
Oh, mechanical. Okay. And you said botanical. I was like, what is a botanical jukebox? That's a session.
That's
It uses
interesting.
a cactus needle.
It only does like flower-based songs.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Yes.
yeah.
Let it grow, let it grow.
I guess
Sure.
it's.
Oh, and they're called vines instead of vinyls. Let's
Oh.
fucking go.
It hasn't got the best log of tracks there.
Oh.
You're welcome for us writing all of the major plot points.
My jukebox is my entire plot point. Thank you. You've never been so right in your life.
We're planting the seeds for a grand idea
Oh
here, guys.
my god.
Sheesh.
Oh my god.
Well, that was more than a story. Thank you. Anyway, yes, there is notably no gambling going on as you walk into this main section of the building. You can see that there's the bar that runs across the far side of the wall. It looks fairly well stocked. There's a lot of different liquors, but it also looks fairly dirty. There are a bunch of tables gathered around in this space with various people sat on it. It's not as busy as it possibly could be. You imagine, and Guion, you sort of remember that when you were last in here, it was like elbow to elbow, and there's a space in here to have a private conversation at the moment. Yeah, there is, of course, nobody gambling in visible sight, however, which you will find a little odd.
I guess we should get a
Get a
drink.
drink.
That's why we're here.
Well, sounds good to me.
I'll walk up to the bar.
Okay. You wander over to the bar. It's being tended by a fairly short, very rotund man. Like if you rolled him down a slope, he'd roll, sort of like rotund man. He big.
Oh, yeah.
He comes up to the edge of the bar and goes, "How can I help you?"
3 of your finest ales, please, sir.
Nails, got it. You pours 3 beers. There's the foam that settles on top of the pint is a slightly grey colour, which isn't exactly appealing, but they're cold, which is surprising in such a warm environment. He pulls out the beer. One for you, another for you. That'll be 6 copper, please.
I'll put 6 copper down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You heard any good rumors lately, barkeep?
Rumors? That would be, did you hear that, Lady Gibbons has been seen in the town again? Now that is good news for us.
Who's
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He knows.
I can I ask what does Lady Gibbons mean to you? Why is she good news?
I mean, she's, something else, she works over towards the, she's a lady of the night,
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she's a famous one down here in the, you don't look like you're from around here.
Maybe close, but I mean, sounds like she gives a good service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that's shaking up the local rumor mill quite heavily. You gaining business over that?
And he doesn't work at this particular establishment, but it's good to know. Just passing on information.
Thank you, Fred. Look, we're around here for a while, passing through.
Yeah.
Out on the next ship, you know how it is. We're looking for some light entertainment. When does do you have any entertainment on here, or is that is there another place in here that would be better for
You looking to play
men
some
of our
games?
disposition? We're partial to a game or two.
Well, Why are you gaming this evening?
Why?
Yeah, what brings you down here to game? Everybody has their reason.
I'll take out a silver piece and slide it across the counter.
Mm.
Well, I just feel a little bit lucky.
I mean, that's as good a reason as any. He reaches across the counter. It's like sort of. It looks like a long reach for him. He is quite short. Like you're still not quite sure whether you're talking to a human who's quite short or a gnome who's quite large. He reaches across the counter. And he puts his hand on it, and you can see he's got a black feather tattoo on the back of his hand. And he grabs it and he slides across the counter. That's as good a reason as any. And he like steps backwards off a stool that he's standing on, and you go, probably a gnome. And then he like waddles around the corner and opens a door by the side of the bar. In you go, fellas. Enjoy the look.
Do I know this guy's name?
You don't
Fair enough.
remember it anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Roll a history check on a whim.
16.
How much had you drunk before you started gambling last time?
I was just going to drink any drink that was given to me.
Fair.
Or that I could afford.
Yeah. You don't recall his name, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Respectable.
You were drinking any drink offered to you
Respectable.
in here.
Respectable.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, is that a disadvantage? And can I use my power of time to make it a disadvantage?
That's fair enough. No, it wasn't a disadvantage, but it's you
Probably
make your way
wouldn't
down?
happen. Absolutely.
I'll pick up my ale and head through.
Cool.
Is he escorting us down?
No, he's stayed at the top of the stairs.
Is there a little bit of a walk down the stairs?
There's like, you can see it goes down and then it corners again, and you're not quite sure what's past the corner. It's like
Okay.
10, 15 steps to the corner.
As we're walking down the stairs, I'm just going to say, that Lady Gibbons sounds like she might be worth a visit also.
In hushed voice.
She is. He closes the door.
In a hushed
Growford.
voice. Oh, I personally reckon that it's not right and proper to visit Gibbons or Lady of the Night.
I mean, if anyone is going to have knowledge of the happenings, it's going to be a Lady of the Night, no?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. That's
Right.
a good point.
I was wondering how that would work.
Yes,
You know, your mind might wonder.
I've never used it.
Is there like a crank, or do you have to roll something around? Or...
It's
Maybe you
actually,
have to
Frolic.
have you ever seen a bouncy castle before?
like a piston.
Or like, you know, have you ever
Have you seen those?
have you ever do you know
Have you seen those inflatable men
what
outside the car?
yeah. I think they're called sock something, maybe. But yeah, I guess we keep going.
You continue down, you corner twice down the sets of stairs, and even lower. That bass hum becomes a distant rattle as you get lower into the ground, and the packed dirt and stone around you dampens the noise of the boiler room. It's actually quite peaceful, but it is a little hotter down here even than it was in the bar. You step down and through a curtain into a well but dimly lit establishment with the smoothest of smooth jazz playing in the background. There are several tables set out across here with a few people gathered around. It's not bustling, with a few people sat around gambling. You can see there's a roulette wheel. There's a few people playing dice, and there's a card game going on. There is also another, much nicer bar than there was upstairs. It is like slick wood, brass trimmings, and with an ornate display cabinet of spirits and alcohols. There are several people with hookah pipes sat around on tables around the outside edges of the room, and there's a general shady but refined atmosphere.
Is there anybody sat around in a corner booth surrounded by various attractive people looking looking like a mob boss?
There isn't. Seems to be like the main floor. You can see on the other side of the room there is a curtain that's separating off a section of the room. There is also a door behind the bar, but apart from that, there is no exit to this room besides the one you just came in through, which has two people with very clear feathered tattoos standing either side of it. They give you a nod as you come in. One of them narrows his eyes momentarily, and then goes back to his whatever he was thinking about beforehand.
As our first instincts when we walk in, or first things we see, when we walk in, how much money is moving here?
That's a good question.
Very different amounts depending on the table. The dice game seems to be fairly low stakes, but there doesn't seem to be really an upper limit on the roulette or the cards, from what you can tell from a glance.
Which one's moving more, cards or roulette?
At the moment, neither of them are moving very much. There are more people gathered around having private conversations, as it's probably around 3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. Yeah. You know.
I'm just curious of how much money would you need to have to be rich in this setting?
You haven't seen any platinum, but you've seen a few stacks of gold. You know.
Okay. So decent amount.
More than we have.
Yeah.
There's actually tons of
order we can make
here because nobody uses those coins anywhere else.
The thing is, this is the place to get a bit more money.
That's...
We wanted to.
That's also,
large.
Hey, if you were going to run away from your lawful good ways.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, no, I'm not. I'm just here to drink.
Torsten, if you'd like to have a drink, me and Guion could begin.
Mingle.
Start to mingle. That doesn't mean steal all the gold.
Is there anyone still at the bar?
Yep, there's a well-dressed young elven man. He's wearing a waistcoat in fine blue with a beautiful peacock pattern down the back of it. He seems to be cleaning. You know, for the first time that word's been used in this establishment, he's cleaning a glass.
Holy
with a clean
moly!
cloth. But yeah, it's suave.
So there's the barkeep, but there's nobody standing at the bar. No customers at the bar.
There's a younger woman who seems to be taking drinks to people at the tables.
Okay.
As well as occasionally someone goes out through that back door and comes back out again. There's a few barmaids coming back and forth between the tables, as well as going back through that curtain. You can hear giggling from the other side of that curtain.
Okay. I would like to take a deep breath in and just take a look around with the blessing of the matron over my eyes and see a bit of a divine sense across the room.
Okay, remind me of what creature types that tells you about.
So, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything that is affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
There are none of those things in this establishment. So nothing pings straight away.
Is
No undead, no celestials, no fae, fiend, or undead.
It
I said
is
undead twice.
an established place. We have none of those places.
But it is definitely not affected by the Hallow spell. This is unholy.
I think the opposite would be true. I think the Hallow spell has a desecrate component as well.
That's what I thought.
imagine.
Yeah.
It's not desecrated.
No, it's not desecrated ground either. No, no one's sacrificed a virgin or killed a prophet.
Yet.
No,
No virgins.
the night is young.
You know the table where,
Is this Gibbons?
where the games are happening? Is there how's it working? Is there a dealer? Is there pit bosses, people walking around with the dealers to make sure they're doing it right? Is there
So there are like there's a dealer for each table. So
Okay,
someone
nice.
running the game, making sure everybody's in it. There are a few guards around the outside of the establishment, and there are people. People aren't using like tokens. They're just trading money for money here. Like no
Okay,
one's
nice.
trading money for chips. There's just gold on the felt or whatever.
Straight gold.
Is it felt on a
It
gambling
is
card?
felt, yeah, hell yeah. There's also the,
Yeah, there's a few people moving backwards and forwards, and there's a couple of people at each table currently playing each game. Like I said, there's roulette, there's cards, and there's dice.
nice.
Is Tusk around with a dent in his face from where I punched him?
No, he's not.
Okay. Anybody else that I recognise from that scuffle?
Roll a perception check for me.
I'll join in on that.
21.
Woo!
21. Okay. You don't see anyone you recognize in particular. You know that only a couple of people made it out of that fight, Tusk and like one other lad. But you don't see that archer who was atop of the wreath here at the moment.
I'm going to be beelining for that poker table.
I'll go for cards as well.
Cards?
Cards.
That's the one I'm least prepared for.
Is
Yeah.
it? No, I've got proficiency in
No, that's fine,
cards.
No, that's fair. One
So-
second, let me just find a really simple card game.
I may or may not have proficiency in cards.
Oh wow, we've all got proficiency in cards.
I might not.
Oh.
I may.
Feels kind of heavy on the implications.
Well, I've got the confidence.
Right, okay. Proficiency's on the head anyway. Like, if you, it's 90% in mental anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just believe you have proficiency and you have
If you
yeah.
believe in the heart of the cards, then nothing can go wrong, right?
What if I want a diamond, not a heart?
That's a problem. Then.
Just
Sorry, I did read through this rule before, but
We're
I'm
all
just
good.
making sure. I'm
listen,
familiar with
we've
it.
got some like jazz on right now, so we're chilling.
Yeah, no, it is chill.
Being
I've got
chilling.
the same one that's Sam put in the chat.
Yeah, hell
It's
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
It's
it's chill.
perfect.
Yeah.
Fits the vibe.
If I silvery barb someone, is that going to make a problem?
I mean, you would cast it, right? You'd make a scene.
Okay. So this is a an edition of like 21 called Baldur's Bones.
Nice.
It's a game where you're gonna need a decent amount of d6s for this one.
Here we
so-
go.
Each player around the table rolls a d6 to start off with, keeping it hidden from their opponents. Which is fairly easily done, given that we're online and we can't see each other's tables.
Yeah.
Roll the d6, don't tell anybody what it is.
Okay.
Now,
The play will then... Yeah, you can roll
let's
it.
do it, let's do it, let's do it.
The play will then continue from the left of the dealer. In happenstance of the game scenario, he's dealing cards with the value of 1 to 6 to you, and you're looking at them. Each person gets a card, so you can stand or roll. If you stand, you stick with it and you don't get any more dice. If you roll, you get a new card from the dealer. If you go over 21, you have to declare bust. Closest to 21, when everybody says stand or is bust, says is the winner, dependent on the pot. So the agreed upon pot for this game is a gold. So minimal buy-in for this round is
Can't
1 gold
play.
piece.
And it's me and Guion try and go to a table with someone else on it.
There is someone else already on the table, as well as the dealer who is included in the game.
Gruford, I'm a bit shy.
For one game?
My funds are low.
How much was that dog?
Hey, that dog is one of us, okay? A very, very good purchase. Let's not just talk of him as an object, okay? That dog is beyond financial
A
realm.
beautiful, amazing purchase. I was just curious.
Mhm.
I can.
Are you two sitting down?
Yes, please. We are in. I will pass. I will pass you some gold.
Cool. You pass in some
How
gold.
many?
5 gold pieces.
Let's go!
feel like a gambling addict's a good person to lend money to, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Let me just mark a d6 with how much gold I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we come up to it down, I'll be like, "Hello there, boys. Yes, we'd love to join in if that's all right for the next game."
Yeah, the dealer nods to you. He's a Triton.
Hmm.
He's got like pale blue skin and like gills you can see on the side of his collar. But he's wearing similar attire to the bartender, like a nice waistcoat, formal shirt, nice trousers. Welcome to Baldur's Bones. Take a seat. The other person at the table is seems to be like an older woman. She's sat there with like a big fur coat on and what's a fantasy version of a mink scarf or a dead fox around her neck.
like a what's freaking what are they
I'm
called?
trying to think of a fantasy version.
What
of the
those
same
sort
thing.
of panthers that have the three
A
tails?
displacer beast.
Displacer
A displacer beast neck color. I
Holy!
like that way better. That's fucking
I
brilliant.
feel like there are still mink and things in
Yeah, there are,
fantasy
but
worlds.
come on.
He's a beast. That's crazy.
Sort of a power move.
What blink dog?
Yeah.
Blink dog's
Yeah,
pocket
blink,
as well.
blink
Dog,
dog stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good.
mental.
Keeps like teleporting to the back of a chair and then back again.
Yeah.
Okay, the order of play is Dealer, Guion, Greyford, and then the Stranger. So that's how it's going around clockwise.
Cool.
So you
Oh,
can
it's
imagine.
Torsten.
Yeah. So
You on in?
do you have another player, Torsten?
Oh, we might do. Oh,
No.
Torsten.
No, he's not in.
I'm not in. I'll just.
Oh, next one then, yeah. I'll
What
go in.
is each of your names? It'll make it easier as we go around.
My name is Mano.
Mano? Mm-hmm.
My name's Dusk.
Tusk and Missy. Interest. Okay. Mano.
Yes.
Stand or roll.
Just so I'm clear on the rules here,
Mhm.
I'm aiming for 21.
You are looking for 21 on as many six-sided dice as you like. If you go over 21, you are bust. You say stand to stay still on your number. If you think you have the highest, closest to highest wins. Roll if you want another card.
Well, it sort of feels a little silly to be standing now, so I will roll.
You roll. So you roll another d6. Add it to your total.
Okay, I've rolled.
I'll also roll.
Cool.
What is he
Missy.
doing?
Missy will also roll. And then he will also roll.
They've all rolled.
The dealer's rolling.
Dealer's also involved.
Dealer's
So the
in the
pot is
game.
currently 4 gold.
By the way, when this is happening, I want to watch the dealer carefully to make sure no shenanigans is going on.
So he's dealing you each a card as you say roll, and he's dealing himself a card as well.
Cool.
It also
I'm trying to
has
work-
his sleeves rolled up to his elbow, if that helps, revealing like the slightly flappy, like fish fin at
Hey,
the bottom of each of his
We're
hands.
looking for bottom deals. We're looking for double deals. We're looking for second card dealing, third card dealing, fourth card, whatever bull crap they want to pull. We're looking for it.
I'm
Roll a stand.
I'm trying to count how many cards I have and work out the probability of what my next card is.
Roll a what?
These cards only go up to 6, and there is a 200 deck. So
Roll a
that helps
perception.
you.
Was that roll a perception check?
You can roll a perception check as well, and then you can roll or stand.
Oh, the perception check was a 9. It's not great, and I roll again. Although this is getting up to be a great game for me.
He doesn't appear to be doing anything fishy, you might say.
Ha! Ha!
I'm also rolling again.
Fish.
Roll. There is. She is also going to roll. And the dealer, who I'm going to need more dice for. Good job, I've got a shit ton of dice.
Ton of D6.
Is also going to roll. Okay. Roll a stand.
I will go for another roll, I think. Okay. I've rolled.
Oh, I'm rolling. Oh fuck! I mean, I'm still okay, but like, oh no.
Not a great number for you.
Yeah.
Wasn't the number you were
Continue.
looking for. She's gonna roll. And then he is also gonna roll. Roll the stand.
I will stand.
Oh, I'm rolling. I'm rolling. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm pretty confident with that one. You guys might want to back down for sure. Oh, yes.
She is going to stand, and he is going to roll. Two sets of maths to do. He busts.
Let's go! I mean,
He busts through?
Yeah, he did.
close, you know. And was that the player? The player bust?
That was the man. That was
man.
the dealer.
The dealer.
Oh, the dealer.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, they can't get lucky all the time, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna stand now on this next one. I'd recommend you guys all just give me your money now, personally.
And
She's also going to stand.
is there no way of increasing your bet? If you have a good roll, surely would you want to increase the pot, maybe?
You can start at a higher bet, but you can't increase the bet once it's been bet.
Oh, that's a shame
So
because
you can start at a 5, or you can start at like 1 gold. I started at 1 gold because I thought that'd be better. But
if
you can declare whatever you'd like the pot to be, and people can come in or not.
I'm gonna say, well, that was a shame. That's a shame because if I could increase, I'd be all in and I'd stare. I sort of want to stare at the third player because I think
Understood.
I
She gives you a hard stare, the old lady on the other side of the table. That's everybody stood, so if you'd reveal your numbers. Yourself, sir.
Easy 20.
20.
I got 19.
19. I also got 19.
Well, I'll be taking all your money. Thank you very much.
With 3
You
gold
get a
agreed
greedy
on.
grab. You get the 4 gold. And
Let's
my back-
5 to 8. 5 to 8. Let's go.
You just quadrupled your money.
Yeah.
Damn, nice. Tonight isn't my night, and the old lady like hops up and she like wanders away.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sure you'll do better next round. Come on, just one more. Just go on.
No, it's not for me.
Nah,
At least stay
I'm
for
gonna
some
go try the roulette table.
At least stay for some conversation.
Why not?
Well, one person like you sounds like you must have some stories in a place like this. Any juicy
I
happenings?
guess.
Anything you've been hearing upon the grapevine or anything?
Oh, if we're going to play, dear, you're going to have to go first. What brings you to a place like this?
Money.
I mean, that is definitely.
And
one
you,
of them.
Metal Man? Don't see many of you down here in the boiling pot.
Well, let's say I wanted to experience life a bit more. It's a bit too clean up there.
That is fair enough. The dealer takes his first card and then deals you each a card as well. Except for the lady, she's out. What is the bet?
2 gold.
Oh, 5. Go on, do 5. Go on.
5 gold. He's got me.
5. Interesting. Cool. So the pot is 15 gold pieces. I can't tell whether it's
terrible,
Guion who's hooked or Sam.
It's Sam. It's so Sam.
Roll or stand.
It's going to be a roll.
And yourself.
Same for me.
He also rolls. Roll or stand.
Roll
Another
for me.
roll.
I shall also roll. Interesting. Anyway, roll or stand, sir.
Roll.
I'm going to get the whole deck this time. I think I'm going to roll.
Big. He's also going to roll.
Let's go.
Nice. Yourself, sir.
And
Roll.
another card, please.
He's rolling again.
We might be drawing a lot of cards.
Good. He's also going to roll again. How many dice are you at?
5.
Thought so. No worries. Cool. He is going to roll once more again.
I'm cooking it up here, actually. I'll roll again.
And then he says, "Stand." I'm going to stand.
Oh, I've done really well.
I'm
again.
gonna
I'm
take.
being
I'm gonna
bossed.
take another card, please.
I want to give me your money now. I've won.
That's not how this works.
Amazing.
Yes, Dawson.
As all of this is happening, I'm just going to keep a full eye on the rest of the patrons in the bar and the comings and goings, and especially on that back curtain, see if anyone else is in and out of the area, or if there's any other exits to this space.
Okay. There doesn't. Can you roll a investigation perception check for me?
Ooh, that's not great. It's a perception of 7.
Perception of 7. There's a lot of comings and goings from like the back room, like through the curtain. As it parts, you can see there's like a lot of like cushions through there. You can see there's a thicker layer of smoke as you glance over your shoulder towards it. When you can hear like conversation, like murmurs, as well as like the occasional like female laugh. Definitely with your like high charisma, you can tell that's a little forced, that laugh.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright, then I'll just stay sniffing my drink for the time being.
Is it stand or roll, sir?
I believe Guillaume's just gone to the toilet.
Ah, of course.
So,
So that's a
Oh,
sit, maybe?
in the meantime, though, how about yourself? I mean, actually, well, the woman's still here, the old woman.
Yes.
Well, you've told us why we're here. What brings you here?
I've not had the best of weekends, you know?
One of those ones. Everything kept going
Just
wrong.
looking for a nice night, but clearly not my forte.
It's definitely. I feel like coming to a gambling den to look for a nice night is a bit of a gamble, hey?
That is true. Should have gone to the library or something.
Is there a library down here? Or are you speaking about the one above ground?
No, there's not a library in the boiler room. That was, yeah, anyway.
What is your name, if you don't mind me asking?
Millie.
Millie. Lovely to meet you. So, I'm very interested in what what life is like down here. Have you heard much, and how it differs from the above ground, or do you guys go up much, or?
I spent quite a bit of time on the surface, actually, but yeah, no, I only dabble down here.
It's quite fun down here.
It has its charms. It also has its rough moments. Places to be avoided, people to not talk to.
Yes, that is fair.
Sir, you stood or rolling?
I'm stood, personally.
Stood?
I've already won.
I will also stand.
He stood. I have 21.
Fuck!
I would have looked down at my cards and go, well, you're better than us there. And I got 19.
He takes
I also got 19.
slides the 15 gold and deposits it into what appears to be a steel cash box by the side of the betting table.
Oh, well, that feels terrible.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna step towards the dealer, and in my best nobleman's haughty, I'm too good for this place voice, I'm gonna say,
Well practiced.
look, man, this pastime gambling's all very well and good, but I was hoping to find something a little more serious that me and my retinue could engage in. This is barely worth my time. I hear that the Corvid brothers have a bit more pull, a bit more weight to them. Bring them. Tell me where to find them, and I'll go.
Sir, you're going to have to
Because this
step
is
away from the
quite
betting area. This is, if you'd like to speak to the establishment owners, you're going to have to speak with the bartender. He can arrange any sort of information or let you know exactly how that information might come to you.
Is that the sort of service you expect? I
Sir,
suppose it's this
please
sort of
step away from the betting area. Unless you're betting.
Fine. I will move over towards the bar.
Cool. Yeah, you arrive at the bar. The bartender goes, sorry, sir, could I get you a drink?
Well, whatever swill you have around, I'm sure. More importantly, though, your bosses. I need to speak to them.
Yes, do you have an appointment? They're very busy, you see. The brothers don't make time for... How about you play a couple of rounds and I'll go see what I can do, sir?
Yeah, you run along and you do that now.
A drink, before I go? What would you like?
I'm trying to think of a suitably D&D-esque.
You had a goblin's eye in the tavern last time.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very posh though.
Fireball whiskey.
That's the least posh whiskey there is in the real world. But here in Dungeons and Dragons, it's the top notch. How about a martini?
Give me the Manticore's Fang. A half of Manticore's Fang.
Manticore's Fang? Absolutely. He goes and takes a grey bottle off the top of the shelf, stoppered with a tooth, and he uncorks it, and he pours out a long stream of emerald-coloured liquid, and slides it across the table to you. Compliments of the house.
Are you going or not?
Absolutely, sir. He turns and with thinly veiled contempt steps through the back door.
Understandable. I'm being a dick.
Being a bit Karen.
Yeah. That must be really hard with most of us worked in a pub and service establishments. That's really the worst thing to be. Can I interest you two in another hand?
I feel like it would. I feel like
Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Double or
you're
nothing.
going.
10 gold pot. 10 gold pot.
Oh my! Do you even have 10 gold to put in, Bjorn?
I have value. I have enough. I have value. I can offer you things up to 10 gold.
Grion.
Up to 10 gold, sir. We don't tend to take bets that are non-monetary, but if it's worth our while, then potentially we'll take a look. What are you offering?
Let me have a look.
I swear to God, if you put your bow
I've got
up,
this nice quiver.
we agree nothing but money.
I was going to say, I've got this really nice dog.
Really, that's worth 10 gold.
Yeah. How about this nice looking ruby red potion? I'm going to present my health potion.
Oh, that would do, sir.
You're putting that up for 10 gold. Do I know how much they're worth?
Yeah, somewhere in the region of 25 to 30.
How much are you saying that?
We would match the bet for 20.
20.
One health potion.
Oh my
20
gosh.
for
I
you.
feel like I very rapidly come out of my gambling league.
Go on, girlfriend. Double or nothing. Come on.
Oh.
Just so you guys are aware, I now have a plan, and I'm going to enact it.
Oh, shit.
Just so you're
So we're
fully
aware.
of what's going on. Just so that you as players know.
Okay.
Who knows what's
Fine.
going to happen next? But I'm going to go and try and do something.
That is bold. Okay.
I only just came up with this plan, so
Big.
It could go really
me
well.
and Lewis only just came up with this plan. Never mind Torsten.
Yeah. Are you
Wilson doesn't even know the plan yet.
joining the hand
For 20
Rufus?
gold.
For 20 gold?
A big part of me,
Leon is putting a lot of pressure. on you.
big part of me wants to send a message home to the children that gambling is bad. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, gambling
Disclaimer.
is bad.
Go on, disclaimer. Gambling addiction is
Disclaimer,
bad.
Only gamble what you can
Only
afford.
gamble what you can afford. Gamble safely.
And
if you ever do
He's
gamble.
actually an
What's
addict.
the ad? When the fun stops, stop? Is that the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when the fun stuff starts, go to
The
gamblingaware.co.uk.
moment you
Yeah.
feel it start to become a thing you can't walk away from, that's a problem.
Yeah.
However,
It's not about I can't walk away from. It's like I'm going to win the next hand, so why would I not go?
A 99% of gamblers stop just before great success. I will put 20 gold down. In for 1 gold, in for 20.
Ooh,
The pot
get this
is
agreement.
60.
60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with this high stakes, I will be watching him carefully.
Yeah,
Cool.
watch him very carefully.
Would you like to make it really interesting?
Oh yeah.
2 dice per roll
Shoot up.
2 dice per roll.
for 120
I'm in.
of the pot.
I'm in. I'm in. Yes, I'm in.
All
Sign me up.
players must agree.
Wait, for 100, do you say 120 in the pot?
The pot would be 120.
So we'd have to put 20 more gold
40
in each.
each.
No, the pot would become 120,
Each.
complemented by the house.
Oh.
Can I see if this is somehow gives him an advantage? I feel like he's trying to pull wool over our eyes in some way.
Well, rolling 2 dice per thing would make you more likely to get bust every time, because the odds become, 1 to 12.
But does he like?
Add to your total.
Does he grab a weird dice? Does he do anything weird, or does it seem above
Roll
board?
a perception check for me.
I was
Yeah,
also
that's
what.
something you'd like to roll.
Can I also?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm also like trying to judge him mentioning, like when he's mentioning it, does he feel like he's trying to do something?
It's doing up the ante.
22.
22. He's going to roll. You don't see him manipulate the cards in any way, or like shift out any of the the proceedings. He seems to be genuinely offering quite an interesting deal to you, Guion. What did you get, Grayford?
I got for perception.
Yeah.
I got 18.
No, you don't see anything untowards about what he may have done.
What about his dice? Are they loaded?
As I said, this is being displayed in cards. He's going to be dealing
Yeah.
with 2 cards from 1 to 6. They don't appear to be loaded. He hasn't appeared to shuffle them in any particular way. He ruffle shuffles them on the table, he stacks them up, and then he floats. Is it floating or is it rivering the card? I can't remember what they're called. They just spill the cards all over the table and then
Oh,
push
yeah,
them
yeah.
forwards to make it supposedly impossible to count the cards or stack them in any way. And then he gathers them back up into a bundle, taps them square, and puts them by the side of the counter next to him.
I guess we just do it, Taegweon.
Yep. I'm in. Yes. Roll the dice. Roll it.
He rolls. Everybody roll the first 2
Has
dice.
happened. We have rolled.
Roll a stanza.
That's going to be another roll, please.
Roll. Roll.
He is also going to roll.
Roll again.
I'm also going to roll again.
Okay, now I have to actually do this maths. This is crazy.
I'll stand.
I will roll.
Roll. You guys have all lost. I'm the best. I'm amazing. Yes.
One sec.
I'm great.
There's too many dice to count.
Yeah. I'm there, can't you?
It's a 50-50 bet. You either win or you lose.
Ooh. I will stand.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I've got my numbers right.
I'm also standing now.
I actually stand up as well. I stand up out of the chair.
Why are you standing, Griffith? I've
I
literally
say
won.
I
I'm
stand.
just going to
I
take
say I
everyone's
stand.
money.
No, you don't.
Everyone
I've got you.
money.
There's no way you win this, Gwion. There's no way.
I do.
There's literally no way. I ran the numbers. I'm a computer.
Nope.
There's no way.
He's got you there. Yourself, Metal Man. What did you get?
I've rolled 21.
Oh.
So in the helmet.
21.
And I rolled 20. Good luck, sirs. That was well played.
Let's
You,
go!
you both got 21.
Oh,
Either
man.
play again to decide that one of you gets it, or you can split it between the two winning parties.
Try again. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
Do both players have to agree?
So, given that you both know each other, you can take it on like your own merit, or yes.
Go, let's just
Table
take,
rules tend to be that both players agree.
take 80 each, and then you give me my 5 gold back.
I'll play it for it. I'll play it for it, eh? Play it for it. Come on. Come on.
Galen, I'm literally coming down from adrenaline high.
Absolutely.
2 dice. 3 dice. Make it free. Make it free. Increase. Let's go. 3 dice.
What if we just play rollies?
that is brilliant.
What, rollies
Roll
for the
for it.
whole
Would you
party?
like to just roll for it, sir? Flip a dice.
I've already rolled 3 dice.
3d6.
Yeah. And I'm rolling again.
Sure.
While this is happening, Torsten, what are you doing? The man hasn't returned yet.
I guess I'll be watching. I'll be watching the server and see if anything weird is going on with them.
Okay.
The person running drinks.
The person running drinks. Okay, they come like out of the room a few times. Roll a investigation check to see if there's anything shady about the patterns that they're moving across or doing anything with the.
That would be an
drinks selling to people.
unnatural one.
An unnatural one. One of those like barmaids is like kind of pretty, and then you lose track. You know, she's you watch her like pass across the room. You go, oh wait, married. Shit.
Oh yeah. Right then.
The two of you.
How long has this guy been gone?
How long has the guy been gone? A good, like, 5-10 minutes. Quite a decent amount of time to leave the bar unattended, but he seems unworried about that. Clearly, the Corvid brothers are busy.
Okay.
The dealer says,
I think I won here,
"Triples,
Guion.
then."
I think I win here.
I mean, you lose.
I
I'm
think I
better.
win.
What
I
can I
think I
say?
win.
I'm better.
Sir.
I
Stand.
think I win.
Stand. I'm better.
Roll or stand?
We're both standing. We both rolled twice, by the way.
You both rolled twice and you're standing?
And
Okay.
three d6s.
I mean, read 'em and weep. 20.
I think Guion should go first, to be honest.
Read 'em and weep. 20. Read 'em and weep.
So we're playing to 31, right?
Wait, what? No, 20.
Right?
No,
Playing to
21.
31, right? It's 31 because 3d6, right?
the rules are...
No.
I believe it's 31, no?
The rules are...
We agreed it just then, Guion, me and you, that it's 31 between our
You
1v1
lost. Is what you're
game.
telling. What, you lost is what you're saying? I'm better? I'm at 20. Let's go.
I showed my cards and I rolled 5 6s and 1 1.
Oh my god!
Jesus. Okay.
Read 'em and weep. Read 'em and weep. I'll have your
That is
85 gold.
unfortunate,
Thank you very
Mark.
much.
Fine,
You get
Guion.
20. Yeah, 120 gold.
I'll take my 5 back, please.
Okay, I'll give you your 5, and I have 150 gold.
Oh
Sam?
no! Oh
Stop.
no!
Sam wants to stop, but Guion can't stop. So he's staying there and playing with the dealer. But for the sake of this game, Joe, can we just leave Guion there and we'll do some rolls at the end for probability if I won or lost all
Absolutely.
of that money?
Yeah,
But-
can do.
I will. Guion, how about we stop now?
Oh,
You've
double
got so much money. You've got so much
Just-
money. Guion. Why just leave now? You'll be happy. You'll be like, oh my god, I'm rolling it. I've got so much money.
All the luck is on my team, you know? Can't stop now. I'm on a winning streak. Gonna keep going.
Oh, I can't watch you do this, and I'll leave and go to Torsten.
It's at that moment... Oh,
Torsten leaves the room.
That was weird.
All good.
as Ben said your name.
Yeah.
It's at that moment that the bartender returns. The Corvid brothers are occupied momentarily. He looks shook as he comes back in. He looks a little like worried, a little scared.
Tell me,
Get you another drink.
what's happening? I said, tell me what's happening.
The Court brothers are just occupied.
This is very important business. I have to deal with them regarding Bowers. And I need to talk to them immediately. If there's something wrong with my business partners, I need to know it immediately. And if you are standing in the way, they will know about it soon.
Just a moment, sir. He disappears back through the curtain. You, Groford, walk over at this point to the table. Guion is still
Oh god.
eyeballs deep in,
Oh, no.
in
Hey,
gaming.
He could be eyeballs up to in money or eyeballs up to in
Yeah.
debt. Who knows?
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. A couple of minutes later, the young bartender pretends to goes. The Corbett brothers will see you, sir. Is your associate coming as well?
I'm standing.
Yes, my associates will join me. You two, come.
Guion, you've been called.
But I was.
Guion,
Guion.
We'll say
I'll be
you
back to the
played.
company later. I'll be
Say
back.
you played one more hand while that was going on.
how much you putting in the pot, Guion?
Let's roll a d20. Roll these for who.
Rollies.
What are you?
How much
betting?
did we all put in the pot?
He has 120 gold pieces.
Yeah, no, it's 115.
115 gold
Yeah.
pieces.
Okay, I'm addicted to money, but he's also kind of intelligent.
Yeah. That's a solid 50 at least.
Yeah, the way over 50. The way over 50. I'm wondering if it's 115 or 100.
To be fair, if you bet 50 now, you're still walking away in a 60.
Still
gold.
walking away with a
That's an intelligent but
we
also
all
addictive.
think of that, yeah. Even if it's 100 and
Oh.
he's actually technically won money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I've lost
Even
money.
if you lose. Yeah.
Literally, unless he loses everything right now, he's won.
100. We gotta go it.
Fuck's sake.
Okay,
Roll the
just
d20.
roll, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm also still watching him because the big pot.
Yeah.
And Guion is
I'll watch
sweating.
him behind.
Yeah. Please, sir, step away from the gambling area.
Oh,
Turn to
I'll be
you.
nowhere near. Can I just watch from far behind?
Yeah,
Sure.
no worries. You can make a perception check with disadvantage, Green. You can make a perception check or an investigation check. If you'd like
That is not.
19. 21, sorry. Not
on the perception
No,
check.
no,
or
19. 19. Perception.
the perception. He doesn't appear to be doing anything with the cards as you look over him.
Guion's sweating it. What did you get? You go first this time.
I've got a 19. And that's what he rolled on.
Guion's
his
hands
dice.
are underneath the table. He flips the table.
Oh no!
It is bolted to the floor for exactly that
He
reason.
tries to flip the table.
It doesn't
No.
shift. His strength is in your
Reveals
stats.
his cards. I got 8.
Yeah.
Guion, did you lose
Gives
the
over
game?
100 gold. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. No
Your
1 minute.
associates are calling you, sir.
Oh, I'll be back. Nothing goes.
He returns the 100 gold pieces.
That's so
Uh,
painful
because
for
I
Sam.
can't-
I don't
You
want to
lost
do
100
that.
gold
I would have walked
pieces.
away. But I have to
You gotta
commit.
commit. You gotta respect. You gotta respect. You gotta
Yeah,
respect.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Great character choice. The,
Why would you gamble 100 gold?
that's a house. Like
That's
yeah.
true. That is a house.
Bro just gambled away his pension.
Hey, listen. At some point,
That's
Grion
just
will
gamble.
win and then stay winning. Someday, Grion's gonna become a trillionaire.
Yeah. You are led towards that curtain, and as it is pushed aside, you are greeted with a thick scent of incense that hasn't managed to permeate past that curtain quite impressively. There is areas of like cushioned seating. There is like a thick atmosphere of intoxication and lust in this particular area. There are quite a few scantily dressed women, not doing anything in particular, but they are gathered around quite impressive looking businessmen flaunting more money and pretending to be more important than they are. And these women are relieving them of their money and pretending to be enjoying their company. The bartender leads you through this section of the room and towards a darker alcove down a passageway on the other side of this this section of the boiling pot. You push your way through another curtain and are in a dimly lit room with a circular table in the center of it. To your left, you can see Tusk, who is sat by a table, seems to be counting up money and doesn't even look up when you guys come in. On your right, you see two small Arakocra men. Kenku men, sat either side of the table. One has his hood up, the other has something. He's stood just by the table, and there is he seems to be wiping off his feathered hands on a rag. He throws it into a bin in the corner. Get the briefest glimpse of red as he throws it into the bin, and he sits down. "How can we help you?" one of them says, the guy who sat down.
You would be the COVID brothers then?
Yes, that'd be us.
Was that the other one?
Yep. What are your names?
Excellent.
Each of you state your names.
Mano.
Tusk.
Tusk. Tusk looks up. Fuck.
I'm gonna look at him.
You little shits. What are you doing in here?
Hey there. Hey there, my friend.
Jumps to his feet, knocking over the pile of coins he was counting.
You fuckers.
He jumps to his feet. What the fuck are you doing here? Lads, these are the people who jumped us in the street. That's the guy who lost his bow. And
Calm down.
That was a really good time, actually, in that street. Thanks for that.
You got rolled, I'm not gonna lie, but calm down.
That was good
You
fun.
have walked into the wrong establishment. This is one of the Corvid brothers. What are your real names?
I mean, Mano is in my real name.
Well, my name is Torsten Farringray. And you appear to be messing with my house's business.
Back at you. We dabble in a lot of different things. You mentioned Dockmaster Bowers. What can I help you with?
The shipping of my family has been disrupted of late, and there may be some inconsistencies in the records. I was under the impression that perhaps you would be able to help me correct these inconsistencies in the records around Dockmaster Bowers' personal effects. His record keeping may be available to you.
Are you aware that Dockmaster Bowers' house is broken into?
We cannot confirm nor deny what we are doing in various organizations. But if you're looking for something altered, potentially that is something we can help with.
Do you mean like hire to alter something?
Maybe. What is it you need fixing? Pay too much tax, did you say?
Possibly too much, possibly not enough.
I think we all do, to be honest.
That's the fucking establishment for you.
The rich.
Sorry, I'm just remembering names.
Just before we pass you some information.
Information doesn't
in your
come
interest.
free. What do you want in exchange for your information?
Well, I'm aware that, and I sort of gesture back to Tusk, we've sort of been on your shed list a little bit. To be
Yes.
off that shed list?
That will depend on the value of your information.
Well, us fine fellows have come here in peace. We are aware that don't know if this is any of your business that you might have been doing, or if someone's stitching you up, but a black feather was found in the break-in of Master Bowers' house. And I'm watching very closely as I say that.
The two brothers share a glance, but no words were exchanged after you mentioned the feather.
I don't know if this is someone trying to stitch you up, or something you'd want to know.
People are set up here every day. The voice keeps changing, and you recall briefly that Kenkus don't have vocal cords that aren't set to mimic other people's language. They can't speak their own words. They have to have heard them first, and then they can mimic them back in perfect copies. So their accent keeps shifting as they speak between different dialects, different accents, male, female. It's almost because you're not quite used to bird people as of yet. You're not quite sure whether they're brothers or whether they could be women. It's pretty hard to tell with how much the voice keeps shifting backwards and forwards. Well, I fail to see how a single bird feather could incriminate us.
I do insight check. I want to check whether they seem surprised by that information, or
Sure,
whether
roll an
they
insight
feel
check.
like they know it, or
Yeah.
um. 14.
14.
Not great.
If they're hiding it pretty well. They're surprised.
But we just wanted to hand this information over is all we really wanted, and that was it. And to do a bit of gambling whilst we were here.
Well, we thank you for your patronage, but you understand that now you're here, you have to go. But he looks at Guion, he can't leave.
I'm sorry, what?
Like you could hold
You
me.
see.
Look what I did to Tusk the other day. I mean, you don't want to mess with this guy.
You see, he placed a bet. And that is a problem.
And how much is the quiver worth to you?
How much is the quiver worth to him? He bet it for 6,000 gold pieces.
6,000! Guion!
I mean, you know,
You didn't tell me it was that much.
as
Quick.
heroes, they got a bit confusing. I remember 6, personally. But, you know, I guess if you want to inflate it to 6,000, I mean,
Well, after
What did you
compensation, I
ask?
guess we should probably call it 7. We did have to send a squad of men after you, and several of them haven't returned. I believe one was turned into a slushy.
well, actually,
I
he's
do
alive.
remember that.
We checked. We made sure he was okay. We actually saved your guy.
One of them?
Technically. Oh yeah, we did. We did save one of them.
Yeah, the other one is dead.
Oh, okay, but I mean, he was sent to kill me. That's what they were doing.
Yes, we seem to have circled back to the point, which was that you owe us 7,000 gold pieces. Now, you can either fight us, which I don't like your odds, you're literally in the center of the lion's den, or you can bargain. We'd like information, and we've gathered information about a couple of you. You see, you can't wander backwards and forwards across the city without drawing a little bit of attention, especially if you're made of metal. You tend to clang everywhere. And we know that you ring a few bells in the university.
Very interesting.
Your name is Grofad Menotir, is that correct?
Can't keep
done.
knowing.
We know that you might be fairly close to one of the higher members of the council. We're not quite sure who, but we believe that might, given your mechanical nature, give you operations within the laboratories.
Who? Did you hear that one from an owl?
No, somebody tweeted it to us.
Oh,
I put my hand up.
we need to get off this bird island as fast as we can.
We would like you to obtain something for us.
What do you want?
Have you heard of mythic alloys?
No.
They are a metal variant of mithril.
Mythic alloys. And how do you know there is any in the university?
It is the only place in the world where it is made. Well, this variant of mythic alloy is made. You see, mythic alloys are a creation of pure magic imbued into mithril. Those raw elements are only found in a few spaces. Volcanoes, ocean depths, frozen tundras, thunderstorms. The mythic alloy we would like you to obtain is used in the shock batons of the Feathered Guard. It is called crackle steel, or thorium.
We've heard of that. Wait, what was the second one?
It's crackle steel or thorium.
Thorium.
Mhm.
Oh, I actually know where to find that.
It is only made inside the laboratory. It was once mined here on Voltress, but not for decades.
I know where to get it.
Does he ever shut up?
He does not actually know.
I've
Fucking
only
hell,
known
it
him
must
for
be
a short time,
exhausting.
and I didn't.
And when I get this, yeah, we'll be square, right?
Yes. But,
Actually,
of course, we will need a down payment. Maybe leave the quiver.
No.
he has thought about it and he has given you an answer.
I could offer a different. Nope, that doesn't work. Never mind.
Well,
Sorry,
we can
I'm
definitely.
trying to
move
think of
forward.
something. Sorry.
Well, if he won't part with the quiver, perhaps he can stay here and you can bring the crackle steel instead.
I mean, I struggle with leaving
Um,
someone down here,
He'll be safe.
as I think yes, but you've tried to kill us once already, so you don't seem
We
very
tried to
trustworthy.
kill him. You got in the way.
Yes, that's the same thing. It shows that you will kill people if they're in the way.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you obviously got good tabs on the city.
Mhm.
So why does it matter if something stays down here?
Because you could leave. You see, we could try and fight you in the street up on the top of Voltress again, but it doesn't seem like our best option. And given that you've walked in here so fucking willingly, I thought it might just be best if you stayed until we got what we actually wanted.
Yes. Why did we walk in here so willingly? Like we didn't have any backup or anyone knows we're here? Or this high council member that I'm in contact with? How do you know they don't know we're here? And if we don't leave in some sort amount of time, then, the whole place is blown to smithereens. I hear these crackle steel. They're very powerful things. They're very strong. So if they have the use of it, it might be quite useful for them.
That
true.
may be true,
No.
but you're connected with the council, and I don't think they'd kill you. You see, you to me look like a little project gone wrong. You came to life like Pinocchio or something like that, and you walked out of that laboratory. They're not going to blow up my establishment with you in it. Don't be
What?
a fucking idiot.
Very interesting you say that. I was created to be a suicide bomber.
Now you're just
I am-
fucking lying.
I
Roll a
am metal
deception check.
myself. This is all my character's for. He's made for lying.
Did you run a deception check?
Yeah, deception check. 21.
Holy!
He is calling the bluff, but he looks really unsure about it. He
Can
somewhat believes that you could blow up at any minute, but he is also unwilling to just let you go.
I'm going to stop speaking and just allow tick, 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 tick of my cogs and my inner
You always
workings
fucking make that
start
noise.
going round.
Your beeps
Can I,
and
like-
blips do not scare me.
Can I strain to make it more
He
intense?
looks really uncomfortable. Roll an intimidation check.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
14 on that one.
Stop it. Fucking knock it off.
Tick, 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 tick.
So he never shuts up. He never stops ticking. What do you do, man with hammer? Royalty from a different
I
land,
tend to hit
Mr.
things.
Torsten.
I tend to hit things. But I'm sorry. We may have missed some of these more pleasantries with my friend's gambling habits and poor manners. Your name is? My name is Torsten Fahrenkreg. Your name is?
I'm Rowan Covid, and this is his brother. It still hasn't said a lot. They were passing backwards and forwards, but he seems to have deferred to his older brother. He looks up. Alexei.
Alexei?
Well, Rowan, Alexei, what you ask is, in fact, more dangerous than even walking in here as we have. The High Council, you ask me and my associates to jeopardize everything that we have and all connections within the city for the fact that you won't kill us. And while that is beneficial, it doesn't seem like enough. We need information. If we're to do this for you, we're going to need a better deal.
God.
Personally, just to be clear, by the way, I don't know either of these people for more than a week. Possibly a day or two.
That is fair, yes.
Well, we could maybe sweeten the deal a little bit.
I
How
need
about
to know what
we-
you know. Can I?
Okay.
I need to know
We'll tell you who hired us.
what you know about the Emula family.
The Muller family. Yes, this I could tell you.
And why you broke into the Mad Dogmaster's house.
That will be our deal then. The helmeted man stays here. You go and get Crackle Steel. You return with the Crackle Steel. I give you the helmeted man and what you ask.
Can we discuss it
Sure.
between the three of us?
Tusk is standing behind you looking pissed. This is not a happy deal for Tusk.
In my helmet, I'm smiling so hard.
We're gonna walk away and do a little Scooby-Doo conference.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
Oh well, crap, guys. This is.
Guys, what are we thinking here?
I'm saying we punch him, personally.
It's
Just-
tempting to fight our way out. We will lose.
Yes.
With that mentality,
How quick can everyone get out if we are going to run?
fast.
I don't
I-
even know. We've got
I
to get
can
through
also
here.
get out pretty fast.
You can get out. I mean, I can run like normal.
Right, but just run.
I can cast regular jog.
I cast move feet.
Yeah, consecutive normal punches.
yeah. Best.
I don't know. I think you could be fairly clear with on my intentions here. I'm not going to rob the library.
Yes, indeed.
I also don't feel comfortable leaving Guion behind.
No, I agree. If we left Green,
I don't feel comfortable with that one either. Just
and I don't want you to leave your bow behind either. Is it really worth 60k?
Oh, I don't know. But that's why I should know.
Fair enough.
It costs about 100 gold pieces worth of making, but the people who make them are very rare.
Okay, spicy. So do we peg it?
So, so I think we have enough here to bring in the feathered guard.
Yes, you're right. I mean, they've already admitted to maybe forging documents.
Extortion.
Extortion.
They have offered this. They've
Attempted robbery.
So they will keep attempted kidnapping.
Yeah.
We have a fair bit to hold them on here. We can persuade your council member that you know.
Yeah, sorry about not telling you guys about that.
And the feathered guard that this is worth their time. We could possibly just come back here in a raid
True, even if you stay here, Guion.
and retrieve whatever's left behind.
I want it to be clear. I'm not staying here.
Okay, cool.
And your arrows.
They're not leaving either. If I have to, I'll beat up everyone to go.
Okay,
Well, that's not fun.
thank you for your candor.
If there's...
I'll leave anything else, but my bow. and my
Excuse me,
arrows.
just one moment.
We're having a conversation.
I'd like you to bear in mind that my brother and I are pretty good at our mimicry. And you leave. Even if you do make it out, we can dictate our whole conversation. Exactly how it happened in your own voice. Bring us to a court of law. See what happens.
That's... Oh, so scary. Okay, let's get back to talking. I'm not really intimidated by that, to be honest. I don't think we've really incriminated ourselves.
No, but I am scared of these guys. But
I don't
that's
feel like
part of the reason I'm not staying here.
ourselves that much.
Well, I mean, you incriminated yourself, Guion, to be honest, so it's up to you.
Yeah, I did.
You
My
gambled
bad.
here $7,000. No,
Yeah, my bad.
So that part is kind of incriminating, to be honest.
They do smoke with alcohol. You know, it happens. But yeah, I made a mistake. I see that. Hey, made some money today though. 15 gold. Not bad.
You're just going to gamble again, aren't
No,
on the way out.
in the middle
All
of
on
a fight,
black.
in the middle of a fight, just draw.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it sounds like we don't have much choice here.
My best chance of survival. You know, no offense, I would stay
You
here,
know-
but I've known you for a week.
I
know you're gonna come.
have a better idea.
Oh, okay.
Something that helps me to not break any laws, but also stops you from leaving. I will stay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Are you sure, Torsten?
I can do this.
We will retrieve you.
Of course.
Oh, for sure. We'll be
If
back.
you
Don't worry.
can, you stay out. You go. You deal with your council member. See if you can persuade them to give you crackle steel, and we'll set up some form of sting as we go.
That sounds like a plan. I put my hand on Torsten's shoulder. Like, before when I was doing it, I did it sarcastically. This time it's serious. Thank you, brother. We will make sure to bring you back.
Just don't forget me. The ale's terrible down here.
That's a fair point.
I'll reach out to give you like those forearm shakes. The proper manly ones.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks, Torsten.
Guion, give me a health potion.
Right.
Take the health
Okay.
potion. Thanks. I'll turn around to the Corbett brothers. You know what? I like it down here. The atmosphere is good. I think I'll stay.
No. We want him. He
Yes, I'm
wronged
aware
us.
you want him. You
He
can't have him.
stays.
He's the down
Yes,
payment.
I think Torsten's
He's
going to
the-
the down payment.
How useful do you think I will be in an infiltration to a lab? I don't even know the difference between steel and iron.
He's the
I do.
dentist man I've seen.
If you want this job done, you need Gwion involved. You can't be stuck
Roll-
doing it.
Roll a deception check.
He's my second-hand man. If you really want that crack of steel, how important really is it to you?
That is 16 deception.
No. He stays.
Yes.
You two go. I don't know why you think you hold the cards here. We could just
Well-
not tell you the information and kill him.
I get the sense that you really want this
Well-
crack of steel, and this might be your one chance of getting it. Why else would you be doing this deal with us?
There are thousands of opportunities to make deals in this city.
You think
You are
loads of
one
people
of
know-
many weak links.
You think most people know council members?
Potentially not, but maybe.
What council member is most valuable to you?
Which council member is most valuable to us? Well, most of them have access to the university. Some of them have higher access than others. Lady Goldenwing would be the closest establishment, but I don't know. Any of the others? Anyone who could audit the office.
What if I
Get it
told you
down.
I can walk into the office, just they know me there by myself? If
Oh
you take
my
right now-
fucking god! You don't hold the power!
If you take Torsten right now, then it's a deal. If you don't do that, there's no deal. You'll get goodbye to the cracker steel.
I've had enough. He slams his knife into the table and his shoulder crunches, cracks, and grows. You see the feathers bristle along his back and he grows in height. So does his brother, shagging up off the table as two were-ravens stand up from the counter. You
Oh
have
shit!
fucking done it now. You're dead meat.
That's so cool.
And that is where we'll end today's
Okay,
session.
cool.
Yeah, get into a
Thank-
fight.
Thanks, Joe. There was no way out of that I could make myself start a fight.
That is
It
so
seemed
cool.
so stupid
So
to start
cool.
a fight, but
Yeah.
there was really no way we were gonna go with them.
No.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to make
How-
them annoying and sinister for a little longer.
I would have really liked to not gamble the 100 gold.
Well,
And
it's
I would
too
have really
late.
liked to stay and offer you guys, as me, as a down payment. the
Guillaume
Guillaumes
wouldn't do that. Yeah.
That's fair.
I think
I've
we're-
only known you guys for a week.
I think we're gonna
Yeah.
be fine. I think we're gonna roll them.
Yeah, I mean, Guillaume's confident.
Mhm.
I can't see anything wrong with fighting were-ravens and
This is so
Not
cool.
at all. Not at all. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Anyway, thank you for listening to More Than Story. Follow us on all of those social media things, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you, bye.
I think my elevator pitch would be to a dragon, and I would sell him on Emilius's new hottest trend, which is Lichcoin. It's a
no.
an online currency where
Lichcoin.
he would be trading in his hoard for a digital marketing scheme.
Hey.
It takes
I
a
have
whole
this
lot
painting of a monkey. Other people believe that it's worth what your hoard is worth.
Exactly.
Therefore, it is worth what your hoard is worth.